Businesses have relied on digital services amid this pandemic, but this move also comes with risks like ransomware, attacks, and other data breaches. But what can companies do to build a more secure wall against cyber threats? Let's get the insights from the Vice Chairman of cyber defense platform Bluevoyant, Brendan Conlon. Brendan, thank you so much for joining us. You're here in Manila talking to clients. You're a US-based company with global offices. Specifically for the Philippines, what makes us vulnerable to cyber attacks?
Yeah, great question. So specifically for the Philippines, it's actually very similar to what is seen elsewhere in the world. Cybercrime focused primarily on ransomware attacks is the primary threat that businesses should worry about. And it's not just ransomware attacks targeting their own companies, but companies and the digital services that they actually rely on.
Are local companies aware of these cyber threats? Because most or majority of the companies here in the Philippines are what you call micro and small enterprises. They make up more than 99% of all businesses. Are they aware of these cyber threats? Or for them, is it just a large cost to their overall operations?
I think that's a great question. I will say most businesses understand the threats as far as like ransomware, and they're concerned that they might have money stolen. I know that the larger banks within the Philippines are very concerned about this. It's a common threat that they all see. We work with a number of those banks, as well as critical infrastructure companies like power and energy sector companies as well.
All right, you deal with a lot of blue chip companies, power, energy, banking, financial institutions. What about the small and medium, the micro, small and medium-sized enterprises? Are they aware of these cyber threats, and do they need cyber protection, and are they getting this service?
I think that some of them are aware. I think they're becoming more and more aware because a lot of the companies that they're offering their services to, so they offer services to these blue chip companies that we deal with. And in some cases, these blue chip companies are actually using Bluevoyant to help secure these smaller businesses. So they're actually offering services, or they're actually letting us offer our services to help protect those companies that they rely on.
Brendan, we have this law called the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. I mean, traveling around the region, everyone has a cyber law. Do you think that this Prevention Act is strong enough to combat threats against individuals and companies here in the Philippines, or does it need to be strengthened?
I have to be honest, I'm not sure I can comment specifically about laws, but I will say from a philosophy standpoint, the Philippines seem to be very, very strong in the way that they're dealing with cybersecurity on the commercial side.
And in your view, having been here for a couple of days and doing business here, what steps must local companies take to beef up their cyber defenses?
Yeah, the first thing they should focus on is kind of the basics. So they need to actually understand what the digital assets they have that they own that are critical to their business. They need to understand and develop security practices around those actual critical functions. And then they also need to basically work with experts and work with partners so that they know that they're taking the right steps in securing those.
And on a macro level, how can the new administration improve the country's cybersecurity?
I'm not sure I could recommend to the new administration. I will say things that have worked in other countries is a close public-private partnership. So working with private sector entities and ensuring and helping them basically establish baselines, and then also ensuring that they're strengthening and they have the right capabilities to actually strengthen their own defenses.
And for Bluevoyant, how do you basically help most of the companies here in the Philippines install their cybersecurity defenses?
That's a great question. We actually take a philosophy of an inside-out approach and an outside-in approach. So we not only protect the digital assets within a company, so securing basically all the computers and IT systems and helping them design the architectures within a company, but we also protect basically their digital brands, so websites, social media accounts, those sorts of things. And then we look at and take care of and help protect the overarching supply chain and the vendor ecosystem that they actually rely on.
Brendan Conlon, Vice Chairman of Bluevoyant, thank you so much for joining us on
Thank
The
you
Final
very
Word.
much for your time.